war has cast a long shadow.
A lot of people out there think the government has failed them.
Howitzer standing ready to strike targets as far as 20 miles away.
Have triggered an epic humanitarian crisis.
What worries you about our national picture?
Are you ready for this world that we are facing today?
What's the situation there?
How do you explain that?
Next season, Frontline takes you inside the stories that matter.
People will not come in unless they come in legally.
Intimate stories from both sides of the border.
The people that elected him are going to expect him to be extremely tough. Follow the law to the T.
People are pouring across the southern border.
What are we doing in this country that we keep on repeating the same mistakes and dealing with xenophobia and racism just to satisfy what?
An epic journey, 3 years in the making, into the heart of a global conflict.
I think the Americans have never really understood the depth of the antagonism between militant Shiism and militant Sunnis.
It is a power struggle between Iran and Saudi Arabia for dominance of the Middle East and the Muslim world.
The little-known story of the only bank indicted for mortgage fraud after the financial meltdown.
We are announcing the indictment of Abacus, a federally chartered bank that has been catering to the Chinese immigrant community since 1984.
Too big to fail turns into small enough to jail, and Abacus is small enough to jail.
That we are part of the cause of financial crisis, almost laughable.
The battle over the health of our planet and who's running the EPA.
Science tells us that the climate is changing, and then human activity in some manner impacts that change. The ability to measure with precision the extent of that impact are subject to continuing debate and dialogue.
There's nothing wrong with climate. It will change no matter what we do.
What the American people are expecting is the EPA doesn't turn into every polluter's ally. Otherwise, it's going to have a fundamental conflict of interest.
And a special 2-part investigation of what Vladimir Putin wants.
Did the Trump campaign coordinate with the Russians?
Ongoing FBI investigation.
The issues become overly politicized.
The efforts by a foreign adversary to interfere and undermine our democratic processes pose a serious threat to all Americans.
Only by understanding what the Russians did can we inoculate ourselves from further Russian interference that we know is coming.